Charli Scott for Bring the Noise UK. I'm in the Electric Ballroom in Camden with Sarah Blasko. Hello.
Hello.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
You've just sound checked.
Yeah.
And you're playing tonight, you're headlining. Have you played London before?
I've played a couple of times actually.
Where have you played?
Last time, where did we play? Oh, I can't think what it was called. It wasn't very far from, the Islington Academy. I played
Okay, yeah.
last time, and yeah. So I probably played in London maybe about 5 times.
Okay, cool.
Like that, yeah.
Are you really excited about tonight? Because it's quite a big venue, we were just talking, and
Yeah, this is the biggest venue I've played, so it's kind of exciting for me.
Yeah.
Each time, hopefully, a few more people come.
yeah.
Because I think the first time I played in London, I played to maybe about 20 people or something like that.
How long ago was that?
That was a few years ago, maybe about 5 years ago.
Was that with the first album?
Yeah, it was, yeah.
Because this is your third album that you're on now.
That's right, yeah.
As Day Follows Night, I didn't even look at my sheet. Yeah, so that was released earlier this year, wasn't it, out here?
Yeah.
How's it been received over here, or how have you felt the response to it's been? And
I think it's been good. I mean, it takes a while for people to hear music over here, I think, because there's just so much going on.
There is a lot.
Compared to Australia, where I'm from, it's a relatively small music scene. And here there's so much music and so much good music. So I think it takes a while for people to get to know you and just sort of suss you out. But I think I've been really happy with the reviews for the album. And
yeah, I've read a lot, and it's because I wanted to talk to you about that. You recorded with a producer called Bjorn from is it Peter Bjorn and John?
Yeah.
And the sound has been commented on widely as being quite subtle, gentle, quite airy and stuff like that. And I guess that's the sound that you wanted to achieve. I think quite mellow and quite different from your other albums. Is that what you wanted to go for? Or?
Yeah, I don't know if I don't perceive it so much as being a very mellow album, but it's definitely an acoustic album because my other records had a lot of electric guitar and keyboards and lots of layers. But for this album, I really wanted the listener to be able to hear every instrument very clearly and hear all of the tones in the double bass and the drums and piano and stuff like that. So I think there's just a lot more space, I think, in the record as opposed to it being mellow. But then my version of mellow is probably different to like other people's.
Because I mean the reviews because I was reading them all today and they have commented on how that sound is it's prominent and it's a feature through the album and stuff like that. So
Well, I think there's a lot of subtlety probably on the record, and I can see what people probably...
So was recording this album different to others? Did you, in terms of, because it was the first time, you recorded in America for the first one, wasn't it? And,
yeah, that's right.
And Auckland for the second one, was that right?
Yeah.
And so this one was recorded in Stockholm.
Yeah, that's right.
So, my phone's just gone off, sorry. You recorded. Recorded in Stockholm. Yeah. Was that your decision to reach out and do something different for this album, or did it just all happen?
Yeah, I think with those things they're always quite a conscious choice. I mean, with each record, I try to do something different. But then for this one, I took a lot more chances, I guess, because I'd been writing with someone else on the other records, and for this album, I really wanted to write it on my own. And like I said, I wanted it to be a very simple acoustic record. And then, but I wanted it to be a pop record, but for it to be kind of, have some old-fashioned elements, but be kind of modern at the same time.
Yeah.
And so it just made sense to me to go to Sweden because there's a lot of music like that comes out of Sweden, really clever pop music.
Yeah.
Like people like Lykke Li or El Perro del Mar, Fever Ray, or The Knife. Just lots of really great female singers, I think, out of Sweden. And I think often people actually underestimate the quality of music that comes out of Sweden. They're kind of quiet achievers in a way, but I think that the production and attention to detail in the production and the vocals and stuff are really well done in there. So that's why I decided to go to Sweden and work with Bjorn. Yeah.
Is it something you'd like to do again, or maybe for the next album, or are you always thinking of something different you can try, or?
I think I'd definitely think about working with Bjorn again. I think Stockholm is a really great place to record, and the guy that played drums on the album, he plays with me and my band now. I'd definitely think about doing it again. But it really just depends, because I'm I'm only just started writing a new record, so I've just got to see what happens. Yeah.
Brilliant. So you've got your live show tonight. Is it a band that you've been touring with for a while, this tour? Have you been touring in England for a while together?
Yeah, well, I've been living in England for about 9 months, and a couple of the guys that play in my band are from Australia, and they've sort of moved over with me, and then I've got a Swedish drummer and an English bass player.
Okay.
So we're
and it all works together really well.
Yeah, well, I've been playing with the Australian guys for probably about 5 years.
Okay.
And
have they been involved on the other albums?
Yeah, well, they didn't actually record on... actually didn't play on the other albums, but they've always been part of the live band. We've been playing together a lot, and we all love it. Yeah.
So I read online that you've been recording with 2 other female songwriters in New York. I have their names written down.
Yeah.
It's is it Sally Seltman and Holly Throsby?
Yeah.
Is that right? You've been recording, like, you did a 10-day recording stint, was that right, in New York? How did that come about? Because that's quite different, from our solo artists and recording together. I'm just going to go to New York and record. Was that what it was, really? Did you just decide that that's something you wanted to do?
Yeah, well, I think because we're all solo artists, and it can be really lonely sometimes, and so we talked about it a lot, the idea of having a girl band.
And you're all from Australia?
Yeah, we're all from Australia, yeah. And at one point we kind of wanted it to be like the Bangles or something like that. And then we kind of decided to change the style a little bit. Yeah, we wanted it to be really cheesy at first, and then in the end what we did was we each just wrote 4 songs each, and then we sort of ended up singing each other's songs and just working on the arrangements together. So it was a lot of fun, but it was something that we talked about for a while, so that was good.
So is it the album going to be released? Do you have a name for the collective group, or is it?
I do have a name, but we've decided that we're not going to tell anybody yet.
Okay, that's cool.
And we're going to let everybody know when the album comes out. But it's a lot of fun. It's a fun record.
Have you got a plan for when the album's going to come out, or is it still?
I'm not really sure, but maybe about halfway through next year. We're going to wait a while.
Was it?
Yeah, I think it was August. Yeah. Done your research. I'm quite impressed.
Because you've got your blog, which you update,
every now and then.
Yeah, it's quite detailed though when you do put things on there.
Yeah, I like to put an effort, but I don't do it that often. Yeah.
Do you feel that online is something that is a good part of your career to like to get that in, and like Twitter and MySpace, Facebook? Do you use any of those things?
I do use them, but I'm not very good with them because I think I'm just slightly out of the modern era. of computers, because when I started playing music, none of that stuff existed, so I'm a bit slow with it actually. Like, it took me a while to get MySpace, and I'm a bit anti-Facebook, so somebody else runs that one. But I've been trying to tweet a bit.
Yeah.
Which is kind of good in a way. It's just like sending a text message to a lot of people. I can understand.
Gonna jump through the ceiling. But yeah, so you've got some girls supporting you tonight. Is it Ali Moss and another guy, Benjamin Francis?
Boy, I think he's quite young. I've heard.
Have you? I've heard is it Ali sound checking?
Yeah,
you heard Ali sound. That was really nice. Have they been on tour with you for the whole time?
No, Ali's just playing a few of the shows, and Benjamin's just playing for tonight. I haven't heard his music, but actually a Swedish band was meant to be coming on tour with us, a Swedish band I love called The Tiny, but they had to pull out at the last minute because I was sick. So these guys are relatively unknown to me, so I'm looking forward to.
The sounds quite nice, like it'll complement like your style and sound like that.
Yeah. Ali played last night when we played in Southampton, and she's from the States. I think she's from New Jersey, I think. Okay.
So you've got a few more dates in the UK, and then what's happening for you for the end of the year? Are you going back to Australia? Or?
No, I'm living over here now. So
whereabouts do you live?
Well, at the moment I live in Brighton. Okay. I've sort of been having a seaside stint for a while, and yeah, I don't know. I'm just going to make a new record, I think, next year, and hopefully just do more shows over here and around Europe.
Well, we wish you lots of luck. It's really nice to talk to you.
Nice to talk to you too.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.